Jack London, Love of Life, Part 9. Stomach and nerves had gone to sleep, yet the life that was in him drove him on. He was very weary, but it refused to die. It was because it refused to die that he still ate musket berries and minnows, drank his hot water, and kept a wary eye on the sick wolf. He followed the trail of the other man, who dragged himself along, and soon came to the end of it, a few fresh-picked bones, where the soggy moss was marked by the footpads of many wolves. He saw a squat moose-hide sack, made to his own, which had been torn by sharp teeth. He picked it up, though its weight was almost too much for his feeble fingers. Bill had carried it to the last. Ha ha! He would have the laugh on Bill. He would survive and carry it to the ship in the shining sea. His mirth was hoarse and gusty, like a raven's croak, and the sick wolf joined him, howling lugubriously. The man ceased suddenly. How could he have the laugh on Bill if that were Bill? If those bones, so pinky white and clean, were Bill? He turned away. Well, Bill had deserted him, but he would not take the gold, nor would he suck Bill's bones. Bill would have, though, had it been the other way around, he mused as he struggled on. He came to a pool of water. Stooping over in quest of minnows, he jerked his head back as though he had been strong. He had caught sight of his reflected face. So horrible was it that sensibility awoke long enough to be shocked. There were 3 minnows in the pool, which was too large to drain, and after several ineffectual attempts to catch them in the tin bucket, he forbore. He was afraid, because of his great weakness, that he might fall in and drown. It was for this reason that he did not trust himself to the river astride one of the many drift logs which lined its sand spits. That day he decreased the distance between him and the ship by 3 miles. The next day by 2, for he was crawling now as Bill had crawled, and the end of the 5th day found the ship still 7 miles away and him unable to make even a mile a day. Still the Indian summer held on, and he continued to crawl and faint, turn and turn about, and ever the sick wolf coughed and whisked at his heels. His knees had become raw meat like his feet, and though he patted them with the shirt from his back, it was a red track he left behind him on the moss and stones. Once, glancing back, he saw the wolf licking hungrily his bleeding trail, and he saw sharply what his own end might be unless he could get the wolf. Then began as grim a tragedy of existence as was ever played, a sick man that crawled, a sick wolf that limped, 2 creatures dragging their dying carcasses across the desolation and haunting each other's lives. Had it been a werewolf, it would not have mattered so much to the man, but the thought of going to feed the maw of that loathsome and all but dead thing was repugnant to him. He was finicky. His mind had begun to wander again, and to be perplexed by hallucinations, while his lucid intervals grew rarer and shorter. He was awakened once from a faint by a wheeze close in his ear. The wolf leaped lamely back, losing its footing and falling in its weakness. It was ludicrous, but he was not amused, nor was he even afraid. He was too far gone for that, but his mind was for the moment clear, and he lay and considered. The ship was no more than 4 miles away. He could see it quite distinctly when he rubbed the mists out of his eyes, and he could see the white sail of a small boat cutting the water of the shining sea, but he could never cross those 4 miles.